Okay, so I'm telling a story behind the scenes here, and there's a particular connection to one of the ladies in the community here named Tatum that you know is part of the Miss Universe contest. So where am I here? So yeah, there's a lot going on here. So let's start. Let's go with this one here. So in this Kong trailer here, there's a girl at the beginning, and Kong he picks her up by the hand like that in the hand. Okay, so when he picks her up by the hand, that's connected to let's go pull it up here. So when he picks that girl up by the hand, it's connected to this here Tatum of when he picks that girl up at the end of the video, and he's holding her in the hand. The two are interconnected. Okay, so it just means that you're powerful because she has these things on her arms that have the word power on it. So you're a form of power, but there's an association with the hand, which is it's baggage that you have to get over. If you get over that baggage, and nobody else wants to stand beside me, then you might be the one that could stand beside me in case the people that I've selected don't want to get with me. So you want to look at that the King Kong trailer here. Then you want to look at what lovers do, and you'll see the connection between the King Kong holding the hand and or the King Kong holding the lady in the hand, plus the Maroon 5 What Lovers Do connection. So this here is like a Sarah and Rose Onnequit is Sherry's acronym, like her acronym. So this skit here, Awkward Flirts. When you watch Awkward Flirts, her name is Sarah. And they're in a laundromat, or they're doing laundry in one particular connection, which is connected to Beamer Wiggly up here. If you watch Beamer Wiggly here, there's also a laundromat scene. So these two videos are interconnected by the laundromat scene. What's going on here is this one here. It's basically behind the scenes here. I'm playing you like a love song, Tatum. And it's that one there, being on cloud nine. It's associated with heaven, like being in heaven, like on cloud nine. So these two are interconnected. So the story I've been told is that, Sarah, the acronym for Sarah, is looking to reincarnate because the mother of all creation has taken that soul particle, or that electron, and is just trying to put it somewhere else. Like the electron is basically gone, but it can be anyone on planet Earth. So she's trying to reincarnate again. That's what Sarah means. So that one there, Beamer Wiggly, is they're both connected, meaning you could be Sarah. You could be the reincarnation of the mother of all creation. And the song is about me being crazy over that potential connection. So once I found that clue here, I put on the Arithmetics Would I Lie to You, which is about reincarnation. People don't know about reincarnation, which I'm trying to teach you behind the scenes here. So with that song there, crazy, being crazy, I put that crazy for you on to let you know that, when I was telling the story here about people taking a piece of my heart, they do. They all take a piece of my heart, and it weighs heavy on it. So I can see that your spirit is really fighting from the spirit world to let me know, hey, don't cut me out, man. I'm not out yet. Just because, my story hasn't made its way up to the top yet. I just want to let you know that I'm here for you if you need me. So your spirit is really fighting hard to, gather my attention, and she has. So that's why I put that on, crazy for you, right? So, and this one here, Donna Justice, when he gets stabbed in the heart by the spike on that person's or there's a monster here he's fighting, right? So he gets stabbed in the heart by the monster. That's me getting stabbed in the heart by Olivia Rodrigo, because she has the #1 spot in my heart right now. I'm seeking her out as my new soulmate because she looks a lot like my ex, whom was the mother of all creation. This is why I was selected her to be my soulmate, because I see a lot in her. Like there's a lot that, you know, she looks like her. So, but because of the song Vampire, and this guy gets stabbed in the heart, Superman, it's a representation of Olivia Rodrigo shooting me down and not wanting to get with me. At the beginning, like I can kind of see how this is going to go down. I theorize that, you know, the bad guys are going to come here with that tape. They're going to play that tape, despite me telling them not to play it. And then the whole world is going to listen to me in the back room there, and, you know, things are going to, you know, start to get all, you know, convoluted and clouded, and they're going to fuck things up because they don't listen to what I'm saying. So by coming here playing that tape, everyone's going to get this illusion that I'm a bad person. But then one of my people here who's been watching me, either it's Rogers or the OPP or the two hackers in China, or ATEL, or even my civilization. One way or another, when I get my tape here and the stuff that I'm working behind the scenes here, when people watch my tape as opposed to their tape, that's when Olivia Rodrigo is going to see the error of her ways. At first, she may shoot me down because of that tape, but when she sees my tape here, I believe she'll change her tone. But if she does it, that's what it represents. You know, the death of me and her gone, and I need somebody else to stand beside me, and that's what your story is about here. So this girl's name here is Chloe Grace. So she does a song Forever 13. It's about a girl who dies and ends up in heaven. Well, the girl who dies and ends up in heaven is a representation of it being Olivia, because the love that I have for her will die and be replaced by you, Tatum, who are, you know, that's your number there, right? So it's a representation of Olivia rejecting me and me having to go with you. So Chloe, right, and Grace, well, that's connected to Chloe Caroline, Indian Summer. It's basically about, you know, at some point in time, even maybe let's say Olivia does watch this video, and who knows, maybe next year or some somewhere in the future, and she chooses not to get with me, then it'll be Indian Summer, meaning, you know, Tatum, because you're Indian and I'm Indian, then if that song is about us. This one's about us. So that's the connection, Chloe. Then if you add the Grace over here, Grace 2, which is her name, Chloe Grace. So Grace 2 has the lyrics, I can guarantee there'll be no knock on the door. Okay? So that means, you know, your spirit is basically saying, I can guarantee, Anthony, Olivia Rodrigo's not going to knock on your door. Therefore, I'm just letting you know that if she doesn't knock on the door, that I'm proposing that, you know, I'll be here for you if you need somebody. So when you listen to Grace 2, that's what it's about. Olivia Rodrigo not knocking on my door. I can guarantee there'll be no knock on the door. So, but the song is about somebody being born and ready for you. That's what the song is about. I come from downtown, born ready for you, which is, you know, about you living downtown Saugeen and being born ready for me, right? Because I live on the outskirts, you live in the main section. So I'm now talking. I'm doing this one here. Thor meets the Grandmaster. In this video, it's about, he talks about, what did you bring me? And then the lady says, I brought you a contender. Okay, so the contender is basically about you. In the event that nobody on planet Earth wants to marry me, then there's a potential that you might be able to get over the baggage that you have to carry around with getting with me. So that's Thor meets the Grandmaster. In there's a conversation between two ladies, and they're saying, what did I say about this one? She always brings me the best stuff, right? And he's trying to say that her name starts with the letter B. Well, that's talking about bitch, right? Meredith Brooks, meaning I'm a lover. I'm a mother. I'm a child, or something. She says something about. She mentions like a list of things, right? I'm a little bit of everything, rolled all into one. That's me being the alpha omega. And seeing as you're not you're not up there in terms of age like Olivia. That makes you the child in the song because you're 13. So here we're trying to talk about there's reason why that I've selected Olivia is because her face looks a lot like Sherry. So you have your own qualities like your legs and your up top here. That's what that's about. So I'm letting you know that I can picture when you're watching this behind the scenes. It's like, well, how can I compete with Olivia, man? I mean, I've seen the pictures. They do look alike. I can't compete with that. Well, it's not always about the facial thing. It can be about the upper body, the lower body. So I'm letting you know that by playing the mirror song, that there's still a reflection there, although you can't see it mainly in the face as much as Olivia. It's still there in other aspects. So this is yours here, 13 going on 30. That's about you, okay? Having to grow up really fast because of you now being potentially selected as the new mother of all creation because nobody on planet Earth wants to get with me. So that's you, Tatum. Now, this one here, blank space. I can read you like a magazine. New money, suit and tie. I can read you like a magazine. That's connected to this here. And here she says, I'm Jenna Rink, big time magazine editor. And I can read you like a magazine. So the two are interconnected. Now, I can't tell if it's a lie or if it's a truth because it's either one or the other. And when I tell these stories, a lot of them get me into trouble because there's a lot of them are lies. So I'm going to put a disclaimer here saying, I don't know if you came across a picture of me at Jenny's, but that's the theory that I have. That I know Jenny used to take pictures of all of us in the 90s at our parties. And a lot of those times I would wear a suit and tie. So I know your grandma, Jenny, has pictures at her place of us. Just like Sabrina. And just like Randy and Brenda for Mackenzie. So the theory is that, you stumbled across a picture of me in a suit and tie while going through the pictures. And, perhaps developed a little crush in the same way that the other ladies have. And I don't know if that's true or not. That's why I put the disclaimer there. But this is why I proposed that theory, because if you're Jenna Rink, big time magazine editor in 13 going on 30, and new money suit and tie, like me dressed in a suit and tie, I can read you like a magazine, means that there's an association to me wearing a suit and tie, which means there must be an association to finding a picture of me in a suit and tie, and therefore possibly developing a little crush. But like I said, it's either true or it's not true. But the reason why I would say that it's probably true is because if you're going to take up the position as new mother of all creation, well then it's having a little crush on the creator would make that story, I would just give it a bit more of a fairy tale ending as opposed to just not having that crush at all. However, if you do have the crush and then you don't end up with me, well then it's not a fairy tale ending either because you don't get what you want. Somebody else gets what you want, right? So it could go either way. I'm just telling the story, and that's what I thought, you deserve to hear today because as I'm telling the story behind the scenes here, I have to use all these little words here like that to let people know what's going on. So sometimes I take a break and I just do one of these videos here so people know what I'm trying to say behind the scenes. So what I'm trying to get to is this one here and connect the two, meaning I'm Jenna Rink, big time magazine editor, and new money, Anthony suit and tie, I can read you like a magazine. I got a blank space and I'll write your name, Tatum. In the event that Olivia Rigo, doesn't knock on my door from the other video, Grace too. I can guarantee there'll be no knock on the door by Olivia Rodrigo. So, Olivia, in this one here, I want you to pay attention to. Eminem's on the phone, and he'd like an answer right now because it's just right after that magazine part. She says, "I'm Jenna Rink, big time magazine editor." And then he says, I am. And then you hear her go inside, and she's like, Eminem would like an answer right now. Eminem's on the phone. He'd like an answer right now. So I'm Eminem because I'm on the phone right now. I'm talking to you, Olivia Rodrigo, and I'd like an answer. Do you want to, be the new mother of all creation? So, you got to go to lose yourself. So to get your answer, you have to place this. So Eminem's on the phone, or Anthony Coggy's on the phone, the father of all creation. He'd like an answer right now, Olivia. Do you want to be the new mother of all creation? If you have one shot to seize everything you ever wanted, would you capture it or would you let it slip?